It happened many years ago. Till then there was no Christmas morn. And when Bethlehem slept, and the shepherds watched it, the child was born. Waddled in love and peace. He came to stop hostility and lift up just as fear, then the message will be. Christmas the whole year round. Make it Christmas your whole life through. If you need to know what belief you can do, then to the one nearest you. So I saw it from afar. They recognized him by his star. They came to his town and they bowed themselves down to him with praise. More than enough cannot be said. He came to bring us peace instead of the misery and fear that prevails everywhere. So with hearts, hands, and heart, make it Christmas the whole year.
All right, all right. Welcome to Campus Connection. And just in case you were wondering, it's Christmas time, so we want to spread the cheer, we want to spread the vibe. Let the people let me know. Let the Christmas catch you in a good mood. Welcome to Campus. Yeah. I am Jonathan Fletcher, and with me, as you just heard a while ago, certainly in a good mood, is my co-host, none other
That's
than
right. Anesta Samuels. Yes. It is such a privilege to be here with you on this December afternoon. What? You feeling the
Mhm.
Christmas breeze over there, Jonathan?
I'm not anymore. I'm very hot. I don't know what happened, but we're grateful
Ah,
nonetheless.
absolutely. And to all of you who are listening, whether you're listening on Love 101 FM or whether you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, hello to you all. We just want to remind you that you can definitely interact with us. We are live, so hit up the comment section. If you're on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook, it's at Love 101 FM Jamaica. And you can
Mm-hmm.
also send us your comments on WhatsApp at 876-997-3125. We are looking forward to hearing from you. And as always, Campus Connection is brought to you by the Heart NSTA Trust, Skill is Power, and TGI Fridays. At TGIF, every day is Friday, so Tuesday is now the new
Friday.
Ba-doom-ts.
Okay, but but yeah, this evening we're talking about none other than student representation, and it promises to be an excellent show. We'll be talking with persons who are within student representation, persons like Miss Laurel Williams, president of the National Secondary Students Council, and Miss Rihanna Robinson, national president of the Jamaica Prefects Association. But before that, we have education news and bulletin on a roll with Mr. Ricardo Henry from St. Catherine High School. And we also have I Chose Christ by Ariana Campbell from the Michael University. So we have a very interesting show lined up for you, and we're going to go straight into the show with our education news and bulletin.
All
All
right.
right, seems as if, yeah.
Education News and Bulletin for Tuesday, December 3, 2024. Principal of Montego Bay Community College, Dr. Darian Henry, is calling on government and other stakeholders to be proactive in crafting policies to counter low enrollment in educational institutions. Henry was speaking at the recent 2024 Montego Bay Community College graduation ceremony at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James. He stressed the important role education plays in national development. Quote, declining birth rates and consequent fall in school enrollment are reshaping the local education landscape. These changes call for decisive actions and forward-thinking strategies from all stakeholders, especially our leaders. End quote. Directing his comment to Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Kassan Troop, he called on the government of Jamaica to flex its policy muscle and continue to prioritize access to post-secondary education. He added, quote, we must do this with a sense of urgency if we want to increase the number of persons who are accessing post-secondary education. End quote. He also called for steps to be taken to address challenges at the tertiary level. Quote, currently, less than 30% of Jamaica's population is stepping foot into a college or a university or some avenue for post-secondary education. We have to flip the script. The MBCC has been carefully evaluating our student enrollment patterns, and we are adapting and shifting dynamics accordingly. We are on an exciting pathway of expansion, and we have submitted 2 weeks ago our funding request for $1.25 billion in our quest to grow MBCC beyond imagination. So please, Dr. Troop, when you see the submission on your desk, look at it and you hold it and say, yes, MBCC, you have my support. End quote. The 2024 graduating class was made up of 216 students. In highlighting some of their outstanding achievements in CAPE examinations, Henry singled out Noella Brown, to whom CXC awarded the prestigious title of Most Outstanding Candidate in the Field of Humanities. Henry described it as, quote, an honor that reflects the highest level of academic distinction, end quote. He also spoke of how well MBCC has done overall. Quote, the college achieved an impressive average pass rate of 94% in CAPE exams, with 100% pass rates in several subjects including Caribbean Studies, History, Literatures and English, Pure Mathematics, Agricultural Science, Sociology, Environmental Science and Physics. Notably in Environmental Science, Unit 2, every single student achieved distinction or credits, and in Caribbean Studies, an incredible 88% earned distinctions or credits. Our business department also shone brightly this year. Year 2 bachelor students achieved a phenomenal 100% pass in 10 of the 11 courses offered, with an overall pass rate of 93%, while Year 3 students achieved 100% pass in 10 courses, with an overall pass rate of 92%. Among our talented students is Whitney Mulai, a proud graduate who placed second in the 2024 Junior Mayor competition for Westmoreland. Whitney exemplifies the caliber of leaders we are cultivating here at MBCC, end quote. Delivering the keynote address, Troop urged graduates to continue with lifelong learning and, quote, leveraging the power of technology, end quote. She also added, quote, get up and use the technology. The technology can fix any gaps you have in learning. You just ask it. Go on to that ChatGPT or any one of them and tell them what your challenges are, and it will tell you what to do. You have no excuse. Let's advance the culture of excellence. End quote. In our bulletin, save the date. This Saturday, December 7, 2024 at 6 p.m., the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship alumni, in association with Students Christian Fellowship and Scripture Union, will host the Alumni Lime under the theme Celebrating the Past Decades and Engaging to Reach the New Generation at the Christian Life Fellowship located at 21A Gordontown Road, Kingston 6. Come and mingle and share with others as the event will feature the New Creation Group. Attendees are encouraged to walk with a contribution. The Interschool Christian Fellowship ISCF CAMS presents Lead 2024 Conference from December 27 to 31, 2024, under the theme Uprise, Unstoppable God, Undefeated Leaders. The conference will be held at Moorland Camp in Manchester, and the fee is $17,500. There will be leadership training for high school leaders, including ISCF leaders, student council reps and prefects, clubs and societies leaders, as well as local church youth ministry leaders. To register, visit camps.iscfja.com/lead/. Be sure to type https://camps.iscfja.com/lead/. You can sponsor a student under ISCF Camps NCB Mandeville branch. Account number is 502-653-768. Please spend some time in prayer for this conference and Student Christian Fellowship and Scripture Union parent body for ISCF and UCCF clubs in our nation's institutions. First Assembly of God's Vessels of Praise Dance Academy presents Let's Dance, the Story I'll Tell production, on Sunday, December 8, 2024 at 6 p.m. at the Carteret College Auditorium. For tickets, adults $2,000, children under 12 $1,000, and $2,500 at the gate. For more information or to purchase tickets, contact 876-427-5236 or 876-472-9187. That was all the news and bulletins we have for you today on Campus Connection. I am Ashara Barnett. Education news and
Thanks so much to Ashara Barnett of the University of Technology for the Education News and Bulletin. We're going now to a quick break, and when we return, more Campus Connection. Stay with us.
Students of chop up in a pride to be so what a one.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Ready to experience 6 times more freshness in your clothes? Try Downy Scent Beads. Its fragrance is so amazing, you have to sniff it to believe it. Try Downy Scent Beads today. 6 times more freshness versus using detergent alone.
Unsecured loans. We touched on secured loans. Now let's take a look at unsecured. Unsecured loans do not require the borrower to provide any collateral to get the loan. In the unsecured loan, the lender assumes more risk. Due to the risk, an unsecured loan generally carries a higher interest rate.
This financial literacy tip was brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy.
Jamaica! Bird's Auto Parts is now your home for genuine and non-genuine Kia parts. From body to suspension, engine, and service parts.
We've got what your Kia needs to keep you moving smoothly. Visit us today and power your Kia. And remember, it hurts if you don't check birds. Stop and win a mega kitchen from Megamart. Spend $6,000 or more before GCT at any Megamart location and fill out the entry form provided for a chance to win a brand new stove, fridge, and microwave this Christmas from Appliance Traders Limited. Visit us on social media to win monthly prizes courtesy of Lasco, Grace Foods, and Face the Commodity Company Limited. Promotion runs from September 30 to December 6th. Shop now to win a mega kitchen from Megamart. Best value by far. Conditions apply. Must be 18 years or older to enter. Authorized under Section 58(3) of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
The report is out.
What report?
The Constitutional Reform Committee's report of recommendations.
Recommendations on what?
On how we move from a monarchy to a republic, of course.
So what's in it?
The creation of the office of president and changes to our parliament. Yes, man. It also includes a new qualification for membership in parliament. I know you want to see that one.
Read the full report at roadtorepublic.mlca.gov.jm.
We are on the road to republic.
Okay, where are the campus nights? Students are step up in a pride to be
Welcome back to Campus Connection, which is brought to you by the Heart NSTA Trust, Skill is Power, and TGI Fridays at TGIF. Every day is Friday. And we have in our honor roll segment for this show, I'm looking forward to this quick discussion, but exciting discussion with Mr. Ricardo Henry, a St. Catherine High School sixth form student. And he has an interesting story. I'm going to let him tell the story himself. So let us welcome Ricardo Henry from the St. Catherine High School for our honor roll segment. All right, Ricardo. Hello.
Greetings, Ricardo.
It's my pleasure to be on this live stream right now, as Love 101 is one of my most listened radio stations back then.
Love it.
We like Ricardo already. We like it already.
Yeah.
Ricardo, big up yourself. Thank you so much. But let's jump straight into all things Ricardo. So the truth is you are a star in your own right. You have successfully passed all 8 of your CSEC subjects, an achievement that not only boosted your confidence but also reinforced the belief in the power of hard work and focus. Could you highlight 2 strategies that you use in order to achieve the kind of academic success that you have achieved so far?
All right, so personally for me, the 2 strategies that I would say stand out the most among the others would be to study ahead of time or study ahead of the class. What does this mean is that I would try to read the syllabus, do research, review the topics, so it's easier for me. Another way how I achieve success is to implement various learning mechanisms in my studies. This may take the form as maybe a YouTube video, quizzes, study group, various mechanisms among those.
So in grade 9, you had somewhat of a shift in your life. You were at first one of those troublesome kids in school, but something happened to you in grade 9 that caused you to change your focus. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I'm not sure if you're referring to grade 7 rather than grade 9.
Oh, it's grade 7. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Yes. But when I transitioned to high school, I was wild, raucous, aggressive, carefree, and I was short-tempered. So anyway, I remember I was in a class once and I was sitting there just staring out of space when a fellow classmate started to provoke me. I didn't do the better thing than push fight. And when I did that, I got a suspension and I was sent home on 2 days. So when I was home, I was cursing myself, I was reflecting, And I was saying, oh, if I didn't do this, then I would be where I am now. And having
Mhm.
a suspension and a transcript is not a good look.
Right.
It's
Mm.
really not a good look. But over the 2 days where I was reflecting, I started to see where I really needed to calm down, and probably this was my only way to calm down.
Mhm. So you turn that negative of being under suspension into a positive, where you
Yes,
refocus, reassess, reflect, and then came back stronger.
yes. And I can say
Awesome.
that over the 2 days, I regret it. Throughout grade 7, 8, 9, I regretted it. But as I continued to reflect up to grade 10, I started to say that, I really don't reflect getting this suspension because it changed me around to be the person that I am today.
Wow, wow, absolutely powerful. And based on where you are now, what are you looking forward to? What are the future plans for Ricardo, career, all of that?
Well, my main career plan right now is entrepreneurship.
Mm.
And as I was a child growing up, I used to pull up things, put them back, or try to make things from scratch, but it never always work out. So
I can
I guess,
imagine.
yeah, I guess I can say I'm quite creative. So
Hmm.
that would be one of the reasons as to why I want to pursue entrepreneurship.
Wow.
And another reason would be to build some level of financial stability for a better life
Mhm.
ahead.
Wow, wow, absolutely powerful. Well, we are definitely looking forward to the life that you will continue to carve out for yourself. You are definitely on the right track, and I really admire your way of thinking, the
Yeah.
mindset that you have developed. Kudos to you on that, and we're looking forward to the amazing things that you'll be able to achieve. All of our best for the future. Big up yourself, Ricardo. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Yes, and thank you for having me.
All right. You just heard from Ricardo Henry, a St. Catherine High School sixth form student. And now, coming up next, we have our I Chose Christ feature. We have Ariana Campbell of Michael University telling us why she chose Christ and why you should too. Listen in and be blessed.
Hi, my name is Ariana, a first year guidance student. Now, how has the Lord transformed my life? To begin with, I must say God has been an awesome God. He has been a faithful God. He has been a loving God. In spite of the many mistakes I've made, I would think that, I'm not deserving, even though we aren't deserving. But when you make mistake, you're like, God is not going to do this for me. But nevertheless, nevertheless, He still does what He has in store for your life. No, I can remember, quick testimony, I can remember applying for university, not knowing where my tuition would come from. The work that I'm doing for the summer won't pay half of my tuition fee, and it is pretty expensive. And I can remember going on 3 days fast, and the Lord made a way. Like, my entire tuition fee is not yet being paid in full, but I can say glory be to God. 3/4 of my tuition fee has been paid, and I know He will continue to make ways for me. The word of the Lord says, everything worketh for the good of those who love and were in Christ Jesus. So I am just forever grateful for His loving kindness and tender mercies, and the testimonies that I have to share, you know, with each and everyone, whoever I can share it with, because our testimony is to enlighten others and to encourage others and to propel others to believe that there is a God and He is faithful and He is true and He will come true for you within His time, because His timing is not our timing and His timing is perfect. So we should just humble ourselves and wait upon Him, and He will do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or imagine. I choose Christ, and you should too. Hi,
Powerful.
my name
Powerful. Absolutely powerful testimony there from our sister sharing about the provision of Almighty God. Always a pleasure hearing that from our students, our campusites. You know, wow, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right,
Was
so
you
it's
about to
just
testify?
yeah, when you listen to them someday, you can think back on but time now here inside Campus Connection on the Family Station Love 101 is 6 o'clock, and we're going straight to a break. We'll be back after these messages.
It's Black Friday Madness again! Jamaica! We are giving you another weekend of mega discounts. The Black Friday Mega Sale Part 2 at Woman Things. Every single item in store, 30 to 70% off this Friday, December 6th, with big Saturday specials too. It's Black Friday at Woman Things, Old Road Road and Thompson Spring Road. Discounts are nice. We are doing it twice. See you there.
Introducing Bethel Bible College of the Caribbean, Jamaica. Choose from our range of options: a 4-year Bachelor of Theology degree with a minor in guidance and counseling, or a 3-year diploma in theology. A 4-year Bachelor of Theology degree, a 1-year certificate in Christian ministry, levels 1 and 2. Plus, we have 6-week courses which provide you with flexible options to enhance your knowledge and skills. All our programs are fully accredited by the University Council of Jamaica. Bethel Bible College Caribbean.edu.jm.
Receive words of strength from the Voice of Power with Bishop Dr. Delford Davis.
The battle of seed has been declared many years ago and is still raging. I will put enmity between thee and between the woman, thy seed, their seed. A war will be on perpetually until Jesus returns. But I know who has already won the war. Who has already won the war?
That's the Voice of Power with Bishop Dr. Delford Davis, brought to you by the Power of Faith Ministries International in Portmore. Voice of Power comes to you every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. right here on the Family Station, Love 101.
Speak, my Lord. Speak, my Lord. Speak, and I will answer. Lord, send me.
Okay, we are on campus nights. Students are stop up in a prize.
Welcome back to Campus Connection. It is a lovely Tuesday afternoon. It is we're starting to get the Christmas breeze. I don't know where Jonathan is, but I'm certainly feeling it, and I hope you are too. I hope you're enjoying this evening, because guess what? You're about to enjoy it even more. We're talking about student representation, and this is exciting for me because being in high school, being in university, I was a part of student representation, and I know how important it is. But for those who don't know what that actually means, it speaks to students having a voice, them being engaged in whether it's committees, boards, advisory groups. They're there to ensure that the student population has a space to air their concerns, their issues, and hopefully get those things resolved. They also help to pave the way for future generations of the student population. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal, Jonathan. I would definitely want to
Absolutely.
unpack that today.
Absolutely. I'm very much looking forward to the conversation. Here's a fun fact for you. How did Anista and Jonathan meet? Wow, that's a question that we'll probably answer one day. Well, we met through student representation, right?
Yes.
Whilst we were on the campus of the University of Technology Jamaica, we served in the UTech Students Union. And many years later, why did I say many? Anyway, years later, we're here.
You just dated us. You just okay.
Exactly. Why did I say
enough.
many? Let's get into the conversation. You know, Campus Connection is brought to you by Heart NSTA Trust. Skill is Power and TGI Fridays. At TGIF, every day is Friday, so you know Tuesday is the new Friday. I want you to be a part of the conversation. You can go ahead and ask or answer rather this question for us. What can be done to encourage more young people to get involved in student representation? Reach out to us on the social media at Love 101 FM Jamaica, or you can send us a WhatsApp message at 876-997-3125. What can be done to encourage more young people to get involved in student representation? This evening, we have with us Miss Laurel Williams, President of the National Secondary Students Council, and Miss Rihanna Robinson, National President of the Jamaica Prefects Association. Ladies, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Well,
Hi, thank you for having us.
Our pleasure. All right, let's jump straight into it. Because we know that student representation can be very challenging, especially when you have to balance academics. Whereas if you have extracurricular activities, it can be very, very challenging. What's the most challenging thing that you've recognized when it comes on to being a student leader? Laurel, we'll go with you first.
All right, good night, everyone. Thank you again so much for having me. I think the greatest challenge is, as you previously mentioned, when it comes on to balancing our academics as well as our extracurriculars. Of course, in all that we're doing, we have to ensure that our grades don't drop, that our GPA is kept up. And sometimes that can be a little difficult because sometimes we're absent from school and our attendance drops because we're attending different conferences, summits, and forums that causes us to miss classes, miss notes. And so I think sometimes it can be definitely challenging to balance our academics and our extracurriculars, and it comes down to really being dedicated and organized, especially when it comes down to managing our time. We do not have a lot of it as it is, and we sometimes hope that there's more hours in a day. We go to events, we come home, we're really tired, and sometimes we have to go to school the very next day. So it calls for a very strict time management in terms of ensuring that we come home, we probably get 2 hours, and then we wake up and, we're writing our notes that we missed, or we are revising for our next exam or test. And I mean, in doing so, it's just also important that whilst we manage our time, that we also ensure to set aside time, especially when it comes down to quizzes and tests, to say, listen, whether I'm not going to be able to attend probably this event this week, or I'm not going to be able to attend a club meeting this week, just to ensure that, listen, I am getting in my studying. So I think that would be one of our main challenges.
So the balancing act, essentially.
The balancing act.
Yes.
Wow.
So what's about you, Rihanna? Are there any positives to student representation? Is there anything you like about it, you enjoy about it? That one's for you, Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Unmute your microphone.
Okay,
There you
sorry about
go.
that. It took my microphone on mute. Okay, the positives about it definitely is getting to meet new people. Because if it wasn't for the fact that I was president of JP, I wouldn't be able to travel to a lot of other parts of the island, meet a lot of different students who come from various backgrounds. So I think that's really incredible because Jamaica have some cool people. So I really like seeing, what do different people on the different parts of the island get up to. The different events, I think they expose me to a lot. I think I've grown a lot through them because I've become a little bit more social. I know how to, just work with different people. So that's one of my favorite parts of it. But as Lauren said, it can get a lot sometimes because we're still students. So we have to try just find a good balance between attending all these events and our schoolwork. So yeah.
Wow, amazing. So both of you're not just student council rep or prefect. You are literally responsible for all the prefects, all the student council reps
They're leaders
across
of
the
leaders.
island. The leader, you up there. You understand? Laurel, when you think of that, right? When you think of the weight of the responsibility, what do you think is really expected of you and even student leaders on a whole, as opposed to the quote unquote regular student?
All right. So to answer your first question, sometimes I sit and I think about it and I'm like, wow. Sometimes it can definitely become a little overwhelming. Because sometimes you'll be making small steps or small impacts, small initiatives, but then you really begin to question if it's really impacting the broader students of Jamaica. And I think for me, probably for like 2 seconds, I'm like, how am I going to do this? But then for the next, I'm definitely very motivated to say, listen, I want to do this. I want that whatever I'm doing, I'm not just impacting a small part, but I'm actually trying my best or doing my best to impact all of Jamaica students island-wide. Of course, that's not something that will be easily done, but I'm very headstrong and very stubborn. So I know I'll find a way to make it happen. May not be overnight, of course, and it may not necessarily be completed within the bounds of my tenure, but one way or another, students must be impacted in a positive way. When it comes on to what's the next question?
The distinction,
the distinction of students from student leaders from regular students. I think one of the greatest responsibilities that we have is being the voice of our students, and that is as a student councillor and a prefect, you just being the one that is representing them, whether that is at the principal's office or at the dean of discipline, the vice principal, or on a national level as we are doing now. It's really to champion their voices and ensuring that, in whatever things are taking place, whether it's decisions that is being made about them or for them, or just whatever is going on, that our voices are actually actively heard, and not just heard, but actioned, whether that's in initiatives that take place or decisions that are made, just to ensure that these, or rather, our role is really to not only uphold the standard of the school that we variously represent, but just also to champion youth voices wherever we go. And so, yeah.
Powerful.
So, my question to Rihanna is, just coming from a background of student leadership, I understand the importance of, yes, championing the students, but oftentimes especially for prefects, you're more focused on the maintaining the discipline and maintaining the order. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. So how do you balance? Because it would seem like on one end you're dealing with the very demanding student council reps, and then on the other end you're dealing with the administrators, the principal, the teachers who are saying students are not doing this. So it's like you're that mediator in between. How do you handle doing that?
Oh my gosh, I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but you are right. It definitely can feel like that sometimes, which is why I think just from the beginning you have to create a space where everybody feels safe enough. Like, okay, we can all share our concerns, but it has to be in a sort of manner where the prefects definitely don't feel overwhelmed, but definitely feel like, okay, they have the tools necessary to kind of appease everybody as best as possible. But you are right, we do mainly work with the admin.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we kind of have to think of them first, and it definitely sounds a bit complicated because we're still students and we can empathize with the struggles of our students. But that's why we have, the really lovely student counselors to kind of be that voice for them, and we have to just try and strike that balance. But it's definitely not easy at all. But I think I'm managing it quite well. So.
Wow. And the more I think of it, the more I am led to believe that being a part of student leadership can do so much good for an individual who is looking forward to, let's say, a connected life. Let's call it that, right? Because you network with a lot of people, true? Right? You get to meet a lot of people. Rihanna would have alluded to that earlier. And so I really would want to know how important is it for students to step out of their shell and really go after student leadership positions. I want you guys to think about it for a while. We're going to take a break and then come back, and then you give your responses. So stick and stay with us after these messages.
Quickly, life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Don't let freshness ditch you when you need it the most. Wash your clothes with Downy Softener to keep dazzling everyone around you from day to night. Try Downy Softener now.
Magic sparkling non-alcoholic wine, guaranteed to have a good time.
White grape, red grape, strawberry, peach. Any celebration, the buckle up reach. Pink and blue magic, papa baby shower. Mixed fruit, pineapple, coconut, good for every hour. I'll be Jamaican, sorry. Mix our straight, everybody can manage.
Make magical moments with Magic Sparkling.
This holiday season, JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union Limited wants you to spruce up your celebrations with our Christmas combo loan. Get up to $200,000, a fixed interest rate, no credit check, and up to 24 months to repay. It's never been a better time to join. Membership is easy, and you may be eligible. Conditions apply. Call us or visit www.jpscu.com to learn more and get started today. JPS and Partners Cooperative Credit Union Limited, your financial partner for life.
Okay, where are the campus nights? Students that step up in a
All right. Welcome back to Campus Connection. If you're just joining us, we are talking about student representation, and we are joined here with the top student representation. We're talking about President of the National Secondary Students Council, Laurel Williams, and National President of the Jamaica Prefects Association, Rihanna Robinson. So, Rihanna, before the break, I asked a question, really wanting to find out how important it is for students to really go after student leadership roles, student representation roles. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. So I think it's really important to go after these roles because, as you said earlier, like if you want to live a connected life, we always say in Jamaica, links really get you far, and maybe that sounds a little bit. But I definitely agree. I think it's so much easier to get support, access to opportunities, and just networking with the right people through student leadership roles. So I think it's very important to students to go for it if you want to kind of develop in that aspect of your life. Also, it's really great for students to go for these positions if they want to make an impact in their community, or you want to help people, you want to help your peers, you want to help Jamaica grow and develop into the best island it can be. So those are some of the reasons I think it's really important for students to go after these leadership roles and to be the representation for their peers.
Wow. Laurel, sorry, I really wanted to piggyback on what Rihanna said just now. Because now I'm thinking that you go after these roles, but then possibly academic life suffers as a result of this. Is it worth it? Is the risk worth it?
All right, so nothing is worth your academics. And I will from statement. I'm a very big fan of education. I may not always be jumpy to go to school every morning, but I understand the importance of education and how valuable it is, especially as we continue to become a more educated society that can not a more educated society that can meaningfully contribute to our society. So do not get me wrong, student representation is very important. I believe it really shows you I always say that you never know the complete extent of your capability within your comfort zone. It's when you step out of it that you're really able to see all of your capabilities. Because the truth is, first for me would have never imagined that I would have reached where I am now. And all it took was a risk when I was in third form. Well, actually, I said, listen, well, I need to get my life together. I need to sort out my college from now. I need my extracurriculars in third form. And that was when it started. And then it turns out that I became very passionate about the things that I decided to do. From leadership positions, it taught me really invaluable life skills like doing secretary work, PR work, working in a team, and ensuring to draw on the good work ethics and skills and qualities from your fellow team members in order to bring everyone towards a gathered purpose and a gathered mission. All of those skills all of that was not learned in school, but was rather learned and garnered by student representation and student leadership. So it is very important, but never in substitution for education. Once you take on student representation, they will always say we are student leaders. Student leaders. Students first, leaders second. So it's important that when we take on these roles and these responsibilities, we ensure to create a balance. Because the truth is, you cannot be a student leader if you are not a student. And therefore, being a student, you need to be a good student.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Laurel and Rihanna. I'm sorry, go ahead. You wanted to address that as well, Rihanna?
Oh, yeah, I kind of wanted to add to that point. Like, I totally agree with Laura, education first, definitely. But I, like, especially now in this role, I've also come to realize I feel like my education has improved significantly. I mean, everybody's not the same. Definitely, it's really up to the type of person you are first. But I think my academics has improved a lot being a student leader. Because as Laura said, there's so many skills you learn that you cannot learn in a classroom setting only. So just getting that real life experience, I'm able to apply it to my work. Like the discipline, being able to work in a team, being able to communicate properly. I think those helped me a lot in school and with my academics, and I've improved a lot because of it. So maybe the risk not worth it, but definitely the reward. If you're able to balance being a student leader and your academics, top tier. So
definitely agreed.
Yeah, I was actually about to share an experience where I was in my final year at UTech and realized that there was a conflict arising between my studies and my involvement in the student union. And so at that point, I began to just kind of pull back on students' union work and responsibilities. And the prize giving, it came time for prize giving at Students Union. And when you get the participation prize, and then there are other people that get the special awards and the nice trophies. And I remember feeling horrible that I wasn't one of those that got, those nice big awards. But then the time for graduation came. And because I had done well in school, I was able to graduate with honors for my academics. So while I wasn't able to really make as much of a mark as I would have liked in my extracurricular activities, I was still able to pass, which, like you guys are saying, just trying to underscore the importance of making
Being a
sure
student.
that you do well in your academics, because at the end of the day, I was still able to graduate, that's why you go to school. So you can pass, so you can graduate. And so that's just an encouragement to all our students listening, that you're a student first and then a leader. Any final thoughts, Laurel, Rihanna? Any final thoughts, final words of encouragement to those who might be kind of on the fence? Should I do this? Should I not? What's your encouragement to them? Laurel, go ahead.
Just start. Just do it. I mean, feel the fear, feel the anxiety, just do it anyways. You, as I said before, you will absolutely never know the full extent of your ability within your comfort zone. And the truth is, no real growth happens within your comfort zone. Step out, do it afraid, do it scared, and just say, I'm going to do my best. Give it your all. Always remain true to yourself, stay humble, and just know that this is a star. You are a star. Greatness is within you, and all that you have to succeed is within you. All you need to do is to unleash your potential, because you have it.
Awesome. Any thoughts, Rihanna?
Yeah, I really like the last thing Laurel just said, that all you need to have is within you. Because I feel like sometimes people think to be a student leader, or you need to be this perfect stacked student. And that's not true. I always think leadership is a very inherent thing. If you're the oldest sibling and you help your parents out, that's a leader right there. And you can apply that. So just start small in your schools. If you want to run for positions, if you want to lead by example, you don't need a badge to lead. You just need to do what's right. Somebody's always watching. You will be rewarded. You need to be the person to come out and set the example. I know, especially in this day and age with peer pressure and the need to look cool, people feel like, oh, if you follow the rules, everybody's gonna hate you, or they're not gonna like it, blah blah blah. You don't need everybody to like you. Do the right thing. Be honest. Have integrity. And as I said, lead by example, and people will see that, and they'll look up to you and they'll follow. So that's just, if you don't know where to start, it starts with you, definitely. So you have to be the change you want to see. And as I say, everybody can be a leader. Everybody has the potential to be a leader. It doesn't need this big dramatic type of thing. Just start, as Laurel said. And yeah, I think that's it for me.
Powerful. Thank you so much, ladies. Some very interesting nuggets coming out of this conversation. One of them being, everything that you need is within you. And also, you don't need a badge to be a leader, right?
Yeah.
Powerful nuggets. Thank you so much, ladies. And we're looking forward to what you will do in the near future as you continue on this path that you're on. All right.
Thank you so much for having us once more.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, man, no problem. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Two awesome young people, President of the National Secondary Students Council, Laurel Williams, and National President of the Jamaica Prefects Association, Rihanna Robinson, sharing in our conversation Student Representation Part 1. And I said Part 1 because next week, December 10, we'll have the Part 2 version of this, episode. And then the 17th, is our final show for this semester. Wow.
Sniff.
Time really flies. But I want to say big up to the team. The team. You guys see us. I say this all the time. You see us coming online, and also you hearing our voices on radio. But we really do have an awesome team. Big up to Dr. Nadine Blair, Derval Graham, Jermaine Johnson, our producer, Shania Smith and David Sutton, Raquel Robertson, and of course, Ruth Lawrence. Thank you so much for making it Campus Connection every single week. You guys outdo yourselves. We are very, very grateful. That's it for the show this week. Campus Connection was brought to you by Heart NSTA Trust, Skill is Power, and TGI Fridays at TGIF. Every day is Friday. And Tuesday is the new Friday. See you next week. Yeah, man. To explore more things while going on campus. I'm Jonathan Fletcher.
And I'm Anessa. We'll see you next Tuesday.
The world is changing and so should you. Diversify your career and get local and international certification in 2 to 6 months at Distinction College. Start online and face-to-face class in medical assistant, medical lab tech, pediatrics and psychiatric nursing, ECG tech, home attendant, hairdressing, makeup, meal tech, call center, supervisory and events planning management, cashiering, media broadcasting and travel tourism. Register this week and get free subjects and free courses.